unsatisfying. It is deeply unsatisfying. As I said, all of us, we've been trying to be happy with all these projects in life. And how many of us can claim after 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years of trying, at this moment, right now, sitting here, can I claim that I have achieved it? Nobody. But there is a class of people who can claim that. And that class is the people who are spiritual, who are enlightened. They can claim satisfaction. And the great bliss which we are talking about, that's coming next. So, kim icchan, desiring what? And the fourth great, and the greatest of it, problem with worldly satisfaction is, Advaita Vedanta says, mithya. They are not real. They are not real. That's the deepest fault. In the Isha Upanishad, one of the greatest Upanishads, at the end it says, the famous mantra, the first mantra, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Everything in the world is to be covered with God. Covered with God means you have to discover God in everything. Tena tyaktena bhunjita. Live your life based on this renunciation, holding on to God and renouncing the quest for worldly pleasures. Ma gridha kasyas vidhanam. Do not covet anybody else's wealth. It's a literal translation. What it means is, all your joy should be in God or in spirituality, not in worldly pursuits. That's the first meaning, the first layer. The second layer of the meaning, do not covet anybody's wealth or any wealth. The second layer is, Shankaracharya comments, the deeper meaning is, what wealth is there to covet? What is there actually in the world to covet? Because it's not real. If there was something real apart from that Satchidananda, the absolute, then you could say, I want that. I want to add that to myself. But there is no such thing. Everything in the world is a manifestation of the same Brahman. Why is it that when you see things in a movie, I remember there was the first and the only three-dimensional movie I saw when I was a kid. It had come to the cinema hall and you had to put on these glasses and you could see it in 3D. Looking back about it, it was a very, very silly movie, but they had these funny special effects where somebody has a plate of sweets, Indian sweets, laddu, mithai, and suddenly the plate comes out of the screen and hovers in front of your face. Now the kids had a great deal of fun trying to grab it, You could see people in the movie hall swinging their arms trying to grab it. But it's all in fun. You really are not trying to grab it, even if you are hungry, because you know it's not there. Though it's in front of you. It's hovering right before your nose. It's not there. Exactly in the same way, Vedanta says, all the so-called pleasures of the world, they are appearances in the one consciousness that you are. Just like a movie, no different. In fact, Vidyaranya suggests an interesting exercise. When you wake up, sometimes we wake up from our dreams and we have a vivid, though temporary memory of our dreams. We just feel we are seeing that. When you wake up, he says, stop there. I found this exercise very good. Stop there. Sit quietly. Don't jump out of bed. Sit quietly. Look at the world around you. That means your bedroom and whatever you see. Close your eyes. Imagine what you just saw. And imagine the dream that you saw just before that. A minute before that. In your mind, the world that you see by opening your eyes and the world that you see in your dreams, if you compare the two, you will see how alike they are. There are things and people and colors and sounds and experiences there, experiences here. That's all that there is to it. If you open your eyes, the sense impressions are so vivid, they will make you feel this world is real. That was a dream. But if you see this and then close, like taking a picture, and then close your eyes and imagine what you saw, and then remember what you saw in the dream and bring them close together, you will see how dream-like this worldly experience is. Right after a vivid dream. It's a very powerful technique. I found it useful. The Holy Mother said once to Swami Arupananda, my child, this world is also a dream. And he protested. He said, no, this is stable. Every night we go into a different dream, but we wake up into the same world. So this can't be a dream. She didn't give any Vedantic talk or argument. She just laughed. She said, even so, my child, this is nothing more than a dream, this waking world. So the fourth great problem with worldly desires is that it is dream-like, mithya, an appearance, a false. It's not a reality. It's an appearance and arising within our awareness, just like watching a movie. So fourth, what were the first three? Somebody has screwed up the face trying to remember. He told us the first three. What were the three problems with worldly enjoyment? One is temporary. Yes, it's temporary. The second one is it's temporary and momentary are the same thing. The first one, it is anityam. The second one is suffering. It is pervaded all through by suffering. It's mixed. It's like a sweet, your favorite cookie, but mixed with poison. Even a little bit of poison. That spoils the fun for the whole thing. And the third problem is that unsatisfactory. Nothing yet. We haven't learned our lesson. We keep pursuing the same thing. Somebody said the definition of insanity is if you keep doing the same thing and expect different results. That's the very definition of insanity. So we keep doing that, trying to get happiness from these pursuits. And the last one, the greatest defect, but it's a very metaphysical and philosophical defect, that it's an appearance, it's false, it's not real out there. It's like trying to grab something from a movie and enjoy it. It's not there. Kimichan. And then even more, kasya kamaya. For whose sake? For whose sake are you doing this? I will not go into the depth of this discussion. There's a long discussion on this, but I'll briefly touch upon it. All the pleasures of the waking world, all that you enjoy and suffer in the dream world, and the peace and restfulness of the deep sleep, they remain where they are. You move smoothly between them. Waking, you understand what I'm referring to? Waking, dream, deep sleep. We move smoothly between these three states. When you move from waking, this waking world, Manhattan, your job, your apartment, your relatives, your children and spouse and community, your dog, all of it is left behind, including your body. It's left out of your consciousness, and you go into a dream world with its pleasures and its terrors. And when you move out of the dream, fall into a deep slumber, all the nice dreams and the nightmares are left there. You move away from them into deep nothingness, a blankness, peacefulness. Enjoyments of the external world, enjoyments of the dream world, and the peace and, they say, Ananda Bhuk, the enjoyment of the restfulness of the deep sleep. All of them remain in waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. You move easily between them. The Upanishad gives the example of Mahamatsya, the great fish. On the two banks of the river Ganges, there's a great fish which goes sometimes on the left bank and sometimes on the right bank. It moves easily between them, or sometimes in between, underneath the water. That's the way we move easily and freely between waking world, dream world, and deep sleep world. Actually, I've seen this in our monastery near Calcutta. The river Ganges is there, the Ganga, and there are river dolphins. River dolphins, the Ganges dolphin is there. And that sometimes comes up for air. So sometimes you see it coming up for air on the other side, on near Calcutta, sometimes on this side near Belur, sometimes in the middle of the river. Maybe the rishis saw this thing and they gave this example. We move like that, freely between all of these states. Therefore, we are free of these enjoyments and sufferings. For whose sake? The enjoyer in the waking state, Mr. So-and-so or Swami so-and-so, is left behind when you, the witness consciousness, transit into the deep sleep. Actually, you don't transit. Those states transit in front of you. They arise in front of you. And you, the sufferer or the enjoyer in the nightmares or the pleasant dreams of the dream state, that one is left behind. And you, the witness consciousness, now you experience the blankness and restfulness of deep sleep, which is left behind when again the waking state comes back. The bhokta and bhogya, the enjoyer or sufferer, and the objects of enjoyment or suffering, they are separate from you. For whose sake are you chasing those particular pleasures? For the waker, for the dreamer, for the deep sleeper? None of them are you. You are apart from all of them. I'll just say this. There's a whole discussion on how to attain this. Kasya kamaya, for whose sake? Then, shariram manusanjaret. The enlightened one, once you realize this, why should I suffer along with the body? Why should I identify myself with the body and mind, suffer along with it? See, the body, three bodies, according to Vedanta. Physical body, you say, no, I have only one body, this one. But if you look closely, this body has three aspects. One is the physical body, which is public, which the doctor can examine. That's the physical body. Stula sharira, gross body. Then, subtle body. When you look inside, thoughts, feelings, memories, ideas, the person inside. Subtle body, sukshma sharira. And beyond that, it might seem theoretical, but we experience it. And for the sake of completion, we must account for it. The deep sleep experience, where we do not experience the physical body, we do not experience thoughts and memories. That deep sleep experience that is caused by the causal body. They call it karana sharira. Stula sharira, physical body. Sukshma sharira, subtle body. And karana sharira, causal body. It is the causal body and the subtle body which go away after death, when the physical body dies. It's the causal body and the subtle body which we identify as the person, the individual person. So, each of them have sufferings. Oh, there is pain here, or I'm so obese, I have to lose weight. I don't look like the way I look. I means they're the physical body. You are not that. Yes, you can take steps and enroll in a gym to lose weight. But remember, the problem is in the physical body and is solved at the level of the physical body. You have nothing